the regular season on October 25th. They start the preseason here on October 5th with this game in Abu Dhabi. Minnesota won the opening tip, and they start the game with a Karl Anthony Towns three-pointer.
Luka's guarded Towns, he's guarded Conley, now he's guarding Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Everyone is guarding 1 through 4 or even 1 through 5.
And because of that, Lively is such a quick player, lateral quickness, a smart player.
Here's Grant Williams. The Mavericks would like one made three to happen here at some point. They're now 0 for 6 from the floor and 0 for 5 from downtown. Here's a pull-up three that's good for Mike Conley.
Get to go to Madrid and Abu Dhabi.
And they will depart for Madrid right after the game, by the way, on Saturday. And will be there until they come back home next Thursday. And there is the first made field goal in the game for the Mavericks. Streak ends at 8 misses to begin the game.
And what you've seen is that they're 1 of 9 overall, 0 of 6 from 3. You want to drive into the paint a little bit more and not just settle for those three-pointers.
And Josh Green's come into the game. Seth Curry's out there as well. Kyle Anderson and Shake Milton are the first changes for Minnesota. And there's Luka slamming one home inside. All 7 Maverick points scored by Doncic here in the opening 7+ minutes as Towns drives inside against Powell and lays it in for Towns. That's 9 now. Agency started. Excellent backup big man. And Reed coming in for Towns and provides scoring. Here's Luka hitting the deck. And he throws one in. Chance for a three-point play. And it's Shake Milton, who after 5 years in Philadelphia is now playing with Minnesota. And Milton. Brown started more games last year than he had in his entire career. He was a 45-game starter playing with the Lakers as Milton.
Do that without shuffling your feet, without traveling, and finish over Gobert. Nice play.
Timberwolves playing with 2 bigs on all times, either Gobert.
Mavericks PR earlier today that was questionable with right hamstring soreness. We have not seen him here in the rotation in terms of the first 15 minutes for the Mavs, who had a really, really difficult time getting shots to fall, especially jump shots here in the early part of the game.
And keep in mind, when it is preseason, again,
involving the Boston Celtics and San Antonio Spurs.
And of course, the argument is when you're not hitting the threes, do you continue to take the shots that you're allowed to?
There's the follow-up biceps.
Drive and score by Karl Anthony Towns. He's actually told me that he's turning down the parts when you're talking.
I have no doubt that that's the case.
There's a jam by Powell on the alley-oop.
This year, it is going to be because they are playing hard every single possession at the defensive end.
Turnover and a run-out jam for Jaden McDaniels. Lead is 26 for Minnesota. Luka, a step back jack.
Where he is. Some of the interesting aspects of that is you can't bail out on a play. You never know when you're going to get that ball from Luka. He's starting to learn that sometimes, just like that, you're going to have opportunity. Gives your offense an added dimension.
And one of Luka's best abilities is to play at multiple speeds. He can play fast, he can play slow, he's herky-jerky, he'll change speeds on a drive.
Hardy, Omax, Grant Williams, rest of the group out on the floor. Luka, Drano, right over Rudy Gobert.
It's rotations.
Okay, so Brian mentioned this in the break when we were talking at halftime that we anticipated we would not see the starters play in the game today. We won't see the leading scorer from the United States team in the FIBA World Cup this summer, and a player who...
Just some kinks that they just got to iron out with more repetition as camp goes on.
Defense is going to be a combination of strategies. They're going to play some more zone this year.
Point attempts per game all the way up to 2.8. Confidence is such a huge part of his game.
Dante Exum for 3. That it would seem fair that if you have to use your coach's challenge early in the game because there was a referee mistake, that you would get to have at least one more challenge over the course of the game.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
Are competing, for a job in this league.
Greg Brown's been playing in Portland for the last 2 years. Here's Kyle Anderson, and Anderson scored. Here's Omax in a pick and roll with Rashawn Holmes. Then a lot of Hardy scoring and creating, and he finds A.J. Lawson.
Because listen, it's something Jason Kidd talked to us again on Sunday about was the depth of this team. And, there's going to be decisions on who actually makes the rotation.
At Notre Dame as well, so he has been around the game his entire life. And Omax credits that as part of his love and insatiable appetite for this game. And a group stage of a tournament, but they, in fact, are not together in the NBA in-season tournament. This is a score. with that last two-way spot. You know, we'll see how it all plays out. They're not asking me for my opinion on personnel decisions yet.
No.
Now, follow. I heard you told him, all right, Grant Williams, Dante Exum, Derek Jones Jr.
Jelly. There you go. Sorry, Bobby. There is a Luka on the floor right now. Luka Garza for Minnesota. Just missed a shot inside. Here's Jelly Walker looking for another three-pointer, and it's a college career really blossomed after he played at Seton Hall and Tulane before that. Here is, Luka Garza with the finish. Junior, a Maverick for about 30 minutes.
I remember that.
Yeah, because he was the player selected at 26 with that draft pick that was traded on that particular night. Their roster at one point in time had Jaden McDaniels, and there was Jarrett Culver, and Jordan McLaughlin, and Jalen Noel. And into the last 8 minutes of this game, these two teams will do it again, and we'll bring it to you on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock Central Time. Josh Minot missed, and next Tuesday. Yes, next Tuesday. That is 8 points, by the way, now for Jelly Walker. This will fall in.
Things that are, somewhat mandatory, driven by the NBA, and they're wanting to have some presence in the Middle East and in Abu Dhabi, as you mentioned. And I was like, I don't know why he's there.
Is he a big NBA fan?
If that happens.
Oh, no question.
I mean, we had a wedding at halftime last year when the Timberwolves were in town. Good point.
So it is a wide open race for that spot.
I think you just hit the nail on the head with that. There's Joe Wieskamp. Jordan Walker, Jelly Walker. Missed the pull-up. A.J. Lawson slicing through the defense in the offensive rebound situation going on concurrently with your domestic league in soccer. But I do think it is very, very important to point out that Copa del Rey in Spain has been done in basketball for many, many years. It's leading Minnesota in this game with 12. They got 16 off the bench from Naz Reid, 12 from Luka Garza and Shake Milton, and 11 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Final seconds, that'll do it. Preseason is 1-0 for Minnesota, 0-1 for the Mavericks. And these two teams will see each other again.